Bio-Strath was formulated by a man with the name of Dr. Walter Strathmeyer. He was a biochemist, a German biochemist. And during the Second World War, the destruction that the war caused in Europe, people and animals were dying of hunger. And him being a biochemist and working with yeasts in his lab, he knew that yeast is a fast-growing food, but it requires two things. It requires oxygen and warmth, and then it requires food to feed it with. Now, yeast is something completely naturally found on Earth. There's probably about 450 different types of yeasts on Earth, of which 150 are pathogenic. In other words, they can make you ill. 300 are actually very good for you. You know, when you've got strawberries in the kitchen, or an apple, or fresh food, any fresh fruit, within days of being in your home in a warm temperature, the sugar in the fruit ripens. Now the banana gets spots on it. Later the skin goes completely black. And later there's something growing on the banana, right? That's yeast. Where did it appear from? It's always been on the food. So when I'm eating the ripe cherries or the strawberry or the nectarine or the grape, I'm eating yeast. It's naturally found on our food. But this yeast needs the food to get to a specific stage for it to be able to eat the food up, that it can become dust again. Because from dust everything is made, and to dust everything will go again. So it's part of the chain of life. So yeast is not something foreign to the human body. I mean, we take yeast and we brew beer with it. We take yeast and we bake bread with it. Beautiful, healthy, nutritious food for the body. Now, the yeast that Dr. Strathmeyer was working with is a specific kind of yeast found on fresh fruit. The whole process of Bio-Strath starts with one primary yeast cell. One. Not a whole bunch, not a kilo, one single cell, primary yeast cell. And this yeast cell is called Saccharomyces cerevisiae. A very big word. You need a lot of time to get that pronunciation. And Saccharomyces cerevisiae is put into a vat and fed herbs. And the herbs that are being fed to it is specifically chosen for every organ and every system. That's what Strathmeyer did, because he realized from one primary yeast cell to having 60 tons takes 2 months. So you can feed a multitude of people and animals with yeast if you grow it in a controlled environment where it is exposed to oxygen and warmth and fed food. So he decided to feed it herbs. And he chose a herb for every organ and every system of the body. Now that's the secret of Bio-Strath. Not everybody knows what those herbs are. But think about it. When you eat a banana or food, when you're taking it in, you can see, okay, I'm having fruit salad. But once your body has consumed it and you draw blood, you're not going to find the apple. You're not going to find the banana. You're going to find the nutrients that were in that food within your body. But now you're identified as B vitamins, amino acids, trace elements, etc. So the nutrients of the herbs are being absorbed by the yeast in the growing phase. Now it becomes a herbal yeast. But when the yeast cell is still alive, the human body can't digest it because its membrane is of such that we do not have the digestive juices and flora to break it open. If we had to consume this live yeast cell, it would just pass straight through your body. So Strathmeyer knew he needed to do something to open this yeast cell with. And what he did is he took away the oxygen. And in a controlled, oxygen-poor environment, the yeast cell naturally breaks its own wall open. It metabolizes its own membrane. And the nutrients found inside the yeast becomes liquid and is exposed. That's Bio-Strath. Then we add some honey to it, and barley malt, and orange syrup. And this combination gives it its unique sweet taste. Now when you take Bio-Strath elixir and you leave it in the fridge, the consistency is a little bit thicker, and it's more like a toffee. Ice cream melted does not taste as nice as ice cream cold out of the fridge. The same with Bio-Strath. So if your child does not want to take the elixir at room temperature, put it in the fridge, or add it to a little bit of juice, add it to their smoothie. I know of people that add it to the yogurt and give it to the child in the morning. But Bio-Strath is unique in how it's made by StrathMier choosing a herb for every organ and every system, feeding one primary yeast cell that multiplies every 30 minutes from 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, every 30 minutes. And over a period of 2 months, he created this beautiful product that he did not have a name for yet. But when he started giving this product to people, to animals, he found that they benefited a lot from it. And some people will say, I was always ill, now I'm not ill anymore. I didn't have energy, now I have energy. So he didn't know what was in the product, he just knew that this was good food for the body. And as he said, you need to give a live body live food. And live food is the food that nature makes. The body understands that, and the body can absorb it. And in 1951, there was a man with the name of Fred Pestalozzi in Switzerland that was diagnosed with a disease called Meniere's disease. Meniere's disease is where you lose your balance. So the body becomes disorientated. You've got noises in your ear, and he says it sounded to him like there were locomotives rushing through his ears. And he had no balance and the world was spinning. So if he got up, he would vomit, he would fall over himself. All he could do was just lie in bed and wait for this to go away. Now, Meniere's disease is something that comes in waves. It gets better and then it gets worse again, and it gets better and it gets worse again. And once you've been diagnosed with it, there is no cure for it. He was then 29 years old. The doctor diagnosed Meniere's disease and said, Fred, you are going to have to learn to live with this for the rest of your life. A friend of his traveled between Switzerland and Germany on a train from Zurich to Munich. And on this train, he sat opposite a man with the name of Walter StrathMier. And as they did in those days, they would strike up a conversation. And they had this conversation, and he heard, but this man has made this product called whatever he named it then. And he said, do you think that this product that you made can help my friend who's been diagnosed Meniere's disease? And he said, I don't know. It's not a medicine, and people that have used it have benefited quite a bit from it. But what it will do for your friend, time only will tell. So they ordered some of this tonic and gave it to Fred Pestalozzi. And he took it exactly at the dosage that Walter StrathMier recommended, which is a teaspoonful every hour of the day for the first 3 days. Thereafter, reduce to 3 times a day and stay on the product long term. Fred Pestalozzi started taking the product. Within days, there was an improvement. Within weeks, the noise disappeared. 6 weeks later, he was 100% fine, not a sign of Meniere's disease. So he made contact with Walter StrathMier to say thank you because his product helped him so much. He benefited from it. And they struck up a friendship. Now, Walter StrathMier is a biochemist. He likes wearing his overcoat working in a lab. He's not a marketeer. He's not a salesperson. He does not know about distribution and registrations and that. But he had this beautiful formula that he made. And here is Fred Pestalozzi, a businessman, a marketeer, a salesperson, a person that understands how to put patents and make them available to people. So he said to him, why don't you take this secret recipe and you go and produce the product and you give it to people. And what Fred Pestalozzi did first was give the product a name. And he called it Bio-Strath. Bio meaning life, and Strath in honor of StrathMier. So the life tonic that StrathMier made, he then went and registered all around the world this name and got the trademark for it. He then started producing this product in a shed next door to his home and started giving this Bio-Strath product to friends and family, who then would come back to him and say, we want some more of it. It's helped me for this, it's helped me for that. And he realized he's got to do clinical studies to prove the effect of this product because his own story, his own experience is not enough to be able to sell the product with. So he contacted the Zurich University and said to the professors there, would anybody here be interested in doing a study with Bio-Strath to see the effect of this product on the immune system specifically? An immunologist started doing a study. And she did not believe the outcome. She repeated the same study 3 times, and when the results stayed constant 3 times in a row, she then came forward and said, I'm willing to put my name to this product, that I've done a study because it benefits the immune system. And that was the very first study that was done in the 1960s on Bio-Strath. To date, over 39 clinical and preclinical studies have been done on the product, and the latest being a bioavailability study that shows the effect of Bio-Strath being absorbed in your body. 6 times better nutrients go into your body with Bio-Strath than without Bio-Strath. But what does Bio-Strath do? I mean, they sold it in Switzerland since 1961. Today it's available in 67 countries in the world, and South Africa being one of it. What do we know? What does Bio-Strath do? Bio-Strath nourishes the body, and Bio-Strath restores and balances the body. By doing what? It gives the body 61 of the 100 nutrients needed daily. That is what has been identified in Bio-Strath. But the herbs that are chosen by StrathSA helps to restore every cell, every organ, every system of your body. Did you know that when you take Bio-Strath, all those nutrients are individually being absorbed? And your body is so fearfully and wonderfully made that it takes nutrients, strings them together for what is needed just for your eye, strings them together for what is needed just for the brain, just for the heart, just for the skin, just for the hearing. Your body is so intelligent. All it says is, just give me the nutrients, I know how to do the rest. Bio-Strath gives you those nutrients. Today we are so proud to say that South Africa has been the #1 country selling Bio-Strath the most of in units from all 67 countries since 2007. It's our 10th year of being #1, and the reason is Bio-Strath works. So next time you look for a supplement for your family, from being a pregnant mom to a little baby to granny that is suffering with bronchitis or saying, why did I open the fridge? I don't remember why I came to the fridge. Losing memory, you want Bio-Strath. Why? Because it restores and balances the body.